just signing things as I'm working
Yes,
here on
he
the
is.
show. No, we're going to multitask on Friday because everybody needs a little piece of me today, apparently. We have the lovely DeLee Lively in here today.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
It's kind of like that song from D-Light, you know, D-Lovely, delicious,
that's so
divine,
nice.
groovy.
What was their song?
That was their
Groovin'
B-side to Groove.
Hot.
Well, remember they had another song. Well, no one remembers they had another song, but they did have another song because I had a record player when I was a kid.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh, there we go.
And on the other side of my little record was their other song,
Right.
and no one knew that song. But it's like, it's delectable, delovely, delively. And it was all these little D's. It's
you know this?
groovy. It's you know,
you
this
heard
is
it?
groove is in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is groove in the heart.
That's cool. That should be your
That should be
That
my
should be
song.
your theme song
It's
as you walk out in the
Can we
world.
make it my theme song
It is
today?
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Can she have that as a theme song, Bob? every time she
Do we
comes
have the other one?
Da-da-da-da. That one?
in?
Okay.
Will you be doing that
they're
song?
gonna find it.
They're
They're
going
gonna
to be
find
doing that song at brunch on
It's
Broadway.
Lively. That should be your
Delightful.
song.
It's lovely.
Well, there's that
It's
too.
delicious.
Yeah.
My mom and
Delicious.
daddy wanted a French name.
Yes.
So
and
they
why
even-
is that? Did they just they
'Cause they're
gave birth to
from
a French
Texas.
baby?
No,
Okay.
they're from Texas, and that's just what she wanted.
Did they conceive you in France?
No.
No.
No,
Have they been to France?
No.
Oh.
They didn't leave Texas until I got a course line the tour.
And where did they go after
18
that?
years
Toledo?
Old. They came to Baltimore.
Oh,
for
Baltimore.
opening
See,
night.
there you go.
Woo!
How fantastic. We're gonna have to get
Our dreams came true. Her French name
Her
worked.
French name.
'Cause we're in
It's
Baltimore.
a French ass name. Are your parents still with us?
Oh, yes.
Oh, then we
Yes.
would definitely should take them to France.
Yeah, that would be
and
nice.
Very proud Astros fans.
Oh,
Yes,
oh
we
yes.
are.
Well, we will give. Okay, I don't know much about sports, but I do know that the Astros won the World
They
Series.
did. Woot, woot.
That might have been last week. I don't know, or the week before last. I don't know. She knows.
Wait.
We have talking in our ears, but maybe there's
No,
still.
I think that's that song.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
It was going to be.
It was gonna be.
It was gonna be.
That'll
He
gonna
tried.
be.
It was gonna be that song.
Yeah.
Lively.
But I'm sure your husband, who's out in the audience, Mr. Bob Torti.
Hi, honey.
Hi, hello, Bob. I'm gonna give a special shout out to your husband because my husband loves your husband's voice, and I think he. Wait. Go ahead. He's speaking sweet nothings in our ears. What show were you on that my husband knew? Was it Sabrina? Or what were you on?
Sweet Life?
Was it was a
Zach
show.
and Cody.
Zach,
Sweet
yeah.
Life of Zach
Or
and
no.
Cody.
Was it
No?
Was it that? Was that the show? Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
Maybe it was. Were you earlier on like any? I have to text him. I'll find out. He's probably watching. What is the
been on-
show he was on? You were so excited that he was there. He was somebody's dad.
White guy on Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Was
The
that
white
your
guy.
actual
even on-
character name?
The white guy.
No.
That's probably what the script says. The
That's
white
on his
guy.
IMDb page. Is like the white guy.
I was the white guy on Fresh Prince.
Just like being the white guy in Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Exactly.
Well, remember the bowling party that we went to? I think it was for Markeisha or somebody in our cast.
Markeisha?
And we were sitting there and we were bowling and having a good time. And all these kids were like circling around our
Bob.
lane. And we were like, what's going on? What's going on? And it was Zach and Cody fans.
Yeah. I feel like,
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
are you saying that right?
Sweet Zach and Cody. Yeah.
I'm gonna text him and ask him. But but Bob also, he's on this lovely CNBC show called Secret Lives of Billionaires. The Filthy Rich. The Filthy Rich guy.
or
There's
that
another
too.
show.
that
There's
one.
the other
Or
one.
that
Yeah. The Secret Life of Billionaires, Filthy Rich guy. You're inside these massive homes and stories about the filthy rich, and Bob's just sitting there in like a throne and in his suit and just. Oh, you're just so fantastic.
Looking so fly.
I
Like
know.
khaki
So fly.
pants with a
Yeah.
whip.
You know, but it's really interesting. My husband has done television, Broadway, movies.
Yeah.
And it was the one Disney show where we could not literally go to the mall without people following
shit.
him.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, but he was even on Little House on the Prairie back in the day.
Oh, that must have been where I saw you.
Which one were you in tights?
He was the white guy.
You
Well, yeah,
pushed
you were
her
the
down
white
the
guy
hill,
on that
didn't you?
He was the darker
Are
guy.
you the
in
one that
show.
pushed her down the hill?
He's a little more tan than the rest of the cast.
Remember in the
that
opening
show.
credits, the girl fell down the hill?
Yes, yeah. Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Which one were you in? Hey, Bob, which one were you in tights?
Oh, that was Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She
Oh my
Wrote,
god!
see?
You were in the Angela. My mom watched that. I had to watch that with her every
Yeah.
Sunday. Oh my god! I'm like, don't ever invite her to a dinner party. Everyone dies. Someone dies. That was literally the running joke all the time. It's like, don't invite her because somebody's always dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of death, we watched last night. We went to see Murder on the Orient Express.
We might go tonight. What did you think?
No,
Don't.
Don't watch it.
it is something you can rent at home.
Okay.
Oh,
It was okay.
That's
You know what?
really
The cast
sad,
is
actually.
awesome. The cast is amazing. I won't give anything away, but you've probably already seen it. It's an old Agatha Christie book. It's a movie that's been made before. The cast is interesting. It is Kenneth Branagh directed. You know, I mean, it's a very, you know, my husband who drags me to every Marvel and DC movie, and I'm sure I'm gonna have to see this Justice League movie next week. I now know my differences between DC and Marvel. Don't ask how I know this now, but
His husband is.
and my husband is like the biggest,
Yeah.
besides Andy, the other biggest fan out there of superhero movies. So I see a lot of those
Captain
movies.
America.
So when it's a movie that's a little bit more, you know, arty in that sense, not that Murder on the Orient Express is, it's just not as action filled as, you know, these movies. It's more about the moments and finding things out. And Johnny Depp is exactly. And it, you know, it's very slow moving until the end. So, you know, to anyone else who's waiting for, you know, some Hulk to jump out of the sky,
yeah,
you know,
like
it's a little
scary moments.
Yeah, it's a little more, you know,
Subdued.
exactly. Unlike you, Lively.
We saw
Touch each
Jigsaw
other.
this week.
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah, it's the
Like Jigsaw, like
the-
Saw?
10 years after the last Saw was made.
I've never watched one of those. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
there were a lot.
Yeah.
I love them. I love scary movies. I was,
Oh,
I
see, I
was
like
telling
scary
y'all the other week.
movies.
I love that and blood, guts, and gore and stuff.
But isn't
I
it
love
gory? Isn't it just gross?
Y'all have been to my house for Halloween, I
Yeah.
believe, too. Like, I've got the coffin. I've got everything out there. There's like...
You think that's why your house was covered in blood last night?
Your house.
Well, yeah.
That's
Bob
a
threw
sad
out there and said yes.
story.
Yeah.
Well, do we
Well,
wanna bring
there's
that
just
up?
clearly
No.
always blood at my house.
Party with Brandon.
Brandon's always on his period. That's what's happening. Sorry, Brandon. It's always this time of the month.
Email us. I'll give you my address because it's fun.
Well, at the top of the show,
Yes.
we usually talk about what we did during the week. Segue. I had a lovely privilege. We'll pop up the first picture. I had the lovely privilege. This is she's 83 years old. This is my
she's
piano
lovely.
teacher.
Oh,
We talked about this. Brandon and I talked about how we wish we kept piano in our repertoire in
Yeah.
life because it obviously would help in life, you know, now.
Listen to this, Ava.
Yeah. If your dad makes you play the piano, play. He doesn't make her do anything, and he says nothing. Homework.
Homework.
Ava's
Well,
here today because it's Veterans Day observed
Yes,
at the schools.
Thank you to everybody.
Thank you,
out
all
there.
of our
Thank
vets.
you. God
It's
bless
actually
you all.
tomorrow, but yes,
Yes,
it
but
is.
still, we can
But they
celebrate.
get off school. Ethelyn Peterson,
In the
an
bank.
amazing person. Oh, that's not Ethelyn Peterson. Don't move so fast, Nick. I don't want a CGW right now. Let's just see this. Ethelyn, she okay, this is my mom's new living room. So she wanted to christen her new living room with her old piano teacher.
okay.
And also she actually what's happening out there?
No, well,
They have a mic on
What
them
you
now.
said was a little.
Christening? Oh, like
Yeah,
like a
you wanted to christen
logging thing.
the
He was-
living
all I
room
saw
with
him
your
was waving water.
Like you were just gonna like
I know.
rub her around the floor or
She
something.
was rubbing on the piano.
Yeah.
Ethelyn, she's a wonderful person. She lives out in Boulder City. When my mom bought this piano a long time ago, she christened the piano the first time.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We're
Came back again. Okay. Oh my God. All right. Anyway, she did a soiree. Okay,
Oh,
we'll just
nice.
go there. Soiree.
Okay, nice
And
word.
yes, and so she stood up before. She did all these wonderful songs that she knew by heart. And said, obviously, people went back in the day. They had soirees at their house. A pianist would come and play. You know, it was very civilized. We weren't civilized, of course, at this house, but she played my absolute favorite song, Claire de Lune, the Debussy song.
Yep.
And she played it just as I remember. She played it probably 20 years before on that same piano in that house. But the reason I brought this up, and what was it? I know there was a good reason why I brought this up. That it was all the christening going on here. Piano play. Oh, so she, instead of having like a program of songs she was doing, she passed out this genealogy of her piano teachers.
Oh.
And they go back to like Bach. Like her piano teacher was from France.
No.
And her piano teacher learned from Liszt, and that Liszt learned from this person. It's an insane, it only went back like 6 or 7 piano teachers on there, but her piano teachers went back to all these famous piano players. Bacon with Bach?
Kevin Bacon, like you can.
Oh, it's the 6 degrees
6
of Bach.
degrees,
Exactly.
yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
You want to show? I'm just
Do I
kidding.
what?
Do you want to show? I'm good. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Kevin Bach.
Oh, Kevin Bach. It's a Kevin Bach, and now he's playing
There
my
it is.
song.
Yeah.
Such a pretty song. So she did a beautiful job and played. And so her husband passed away about 3 years ago, but she'd celebrated their 66th wedding anniversary.
Oh, nice.
And it was such a special occasion. It was actually also in conjunction with my mom's 70th birthday. So this is what my mom wanted for her birthday. And so it was this whole concert, soiree, christening event. That's what I did this week. What did you do, Brandon? Because I know I've missed some things that you have done. I've seen him on Facebook.
Oh,
so
we did.
You've been a busy
I
boy.
had family in town.
Yeah.
Besides work, I got to go see Righteous Brothers.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what I saw you out there
with Bill
Medley and the gentleman
and
Bucky. Right.
Yeah, it's fun, and having family in town is great, but so tiring.
It's exhausting sometimes.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
It's really, really weird.
Yeah.
Like how it's the simplest things. Like, hey, meet us at the strip or whatever for burgers at whatever joint. And you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can make it in.
Yeah.
We're so comfortable in our little, seriously though, like I'm in my Summerlin bubble and y'all are in your,
Summerlin bubble.
you know, like, and you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And, you know, we got to see all them. We went to Tenors of Rock again.
Nice.
I love those guys so much.
I do too. Bob and I got to see them.
So good. So good.
Bucky's really good. He's a really awesome replacement in there.
He's amazing. And
He's been in the show for a long time. He's been
I
with
may
Bill
have
Medley a long
cried
time.
a little bit in the show.
That's fine.
Well, because it was my brother was there with me, who we kind of lost contact with for a while, and but this was one of my dad's favorite bands.
Yeah.
And it was that emotional kind of like, you know, where the boys are back together again.
Full
Maybe,
circle.
yeah.
Were they at Harris? Where were they at Harris or Orleans?
Yeah, they play. That room turns out so many shows a night.
At Harris?
It's like,
busy room.
Yeah, the one at the very top. It's like Tenors of Rock, Righteous Brothers. There was Ralphie May was in there.
Yeah. That's what my dad and I saw the Righteous Brothers in there too.
Yeah.
He was the same
It's so
thing.
good.
He loved
It's so
them.
good.
Yeah.
I got to ask you though.
What?
Is there some certain discipline that when you were young, you wish you would have
Followed?
held on to?
Like piano,
yes.
guitar,
Yeah, I was schooled.
baton twirling.
I could still do that.
Okay,
with
fine.
You're
fire.
never too old to baton twirl. Ask my mother when I was home last time.
Oh wait. Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
there I am. On point.
I was
Almost.
joking, but I knew
Almost.
there was a photo in there.
Keep this picture up here.
Almost on point. See, if just a little bit more of an
Holy
arch, and I would have
shit.
been on point. I was
Keep
9
this
years
picture
old.
up here though, because I want to hear your story first, and then I'm going to tell you what I said
Oh, you
about this
think
picture
about-
earlier.
Okay.
No, so I was, this is from Theater Under the Stars, which is in Houston, Texas, where I was born. And I was literally one of their very first students
It's a
for their summer
huge-
program. Now it's
yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
It's
Huge.
unbelievable how that place has grown. But yeah, I did about 12 shows for them in 3 years. But this was the first
Wow.
one I got a full $25 to perform for a week.
For a week?
For a week.
$25 a week.
$25 it
Oh
was.
my God.
And it was cash.
They paid her under the table as a
Under
child.
the table, but I had to twirl and do that, and then yeah,
goodness.
That was a lot of money in 1929.
Oh man!
Says the filthy
didn't-
rich over there. I know.
I can't
yeah.
say anything because he's my ride.
Yeah, he's taking her home, so she's like,
Brandon, can you help me?
I got
Help Mama out
I
here.
got you,
will ya?
boo. There's blood at my house, but you
Okay.
can come over if you want.
This blood all
There's
over
gonna
his
be
house.
blood at our house too, Bob. Right?
Okay, so she sent me this
I love
last
the
night.
crown, first of all.
Yes, thank you.
I have to
Awfully
say,
big crown.
when I got this and I was in my sleepy, bloody haze, again, okay, my
What
dog,
is happening in your
my
house?
dog's
Yeah, tell
fingernail
them
fell
about-
off
yeah.
last night, so there was a lot of blood. Anyway, so but she sent this to me, and I was like, "This is cool." I thought they were doing some retro version of. She was like, "This is me as baby June," and she was like, "I was 9." I was like, "You look the
Nice.
same."
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. But we know better. But
So I did that thing with the phone where you're like
Trying to
like,
make it bigger.
and I was like, "No, you look the same."
well, let me tell you about this girl here. I think her name was Jay. We were in the final
Oh, that's a
callbacks for
girl.
this
Oh,
role.
I thought that was a boy.
I did too.
Yeah.
Jay.
Final callbacks. They're looking to see who's shorter. I look over to see her look at me and bend her knees to go down to be shorter to get that role. I was like, welcome to showbiz, baby. That
You know
was
what
my
that reminds
beginning.
me of is from Beaches,
Right.
the hand walking
Yeah,
queer.
The hand walk. You gave it to the queer hand walking.
What was her name? Iris.
I
remember. Yeah, Iris,
gave
the
it to
hand walking queer. What's wrong with you, Leona?
Leona. Oh,
so awesome. So this was your life in Houston.
Yes, this was nice.
For $25 a week.
A week, yeah.
I love it.
For only 1 week, though.
They pimped you out.
It was so funny.
What the hell?
Iris Mindowski.
Oh, you remembered?
I swear to God,
it's just up
he just
here.
pulled that right out of
is
his
so
ass.
funny.
I love it.
Didn't he?
God, we're so gay. We can remember the beach's characters' names. My memory is long, very, very long.
Oh.
Oh, so anyway.
What
Yeah,
the hell?
so
What the
before we
hell's
all
happening on
cry.
the show? I know.
I don't know, but it was funny because they would do shows continually. So we would cry and cry closing night, and then
Yeah.
the next Monday we'd be back
We'd
to
be-
do the next show
I'm gonna miss you all
That's
so
a secure
much.
paycheck.
See you next
for
week.
$25.
Did you save your $25 when you were a
did,
kid? I bet they put that in your piggy
She
bank.
made a good
girl.
like $200 that year.
She did.
I did.
She was very busy.
Yeah.
Did you ever go back and teach at this?
I've gone back and for some of their benefits.
Yeah.
And performed for
Okay.
them
Okay.
a few times. But they've asked
fantastic.
me to come back. I just haven't really had the time.
Nice.
You know, right now
Yeah.
we're raising 2 girls we adopted.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how old are they?
15 and 13.
Oh my.
They're 18 months apart. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're older
They're
parents.
they're the teenagers.
Yeah,
Oh, my
not so
goodness.
much fun.
Not so much fun.
No.
Well, they're
No,
off
no,
school today too, right? They're not here.
Yeah, no,
they didn't
they're
come
home.
with you guys. Bob's
They're
right. Only goes so
sleeping.
far. He's like, no, not coming with us. They're of course, like any teenager would on the day
Yeah.
off. They're sleeping in. This is way too early for them.
Too early.
Too early for them. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I am so excited.
We're happy
be
to have you on here.
Thank you. We keep bumping.
I know we keep bumping under the table. Is
here.
that okay, Bob?
He told you
He doesn't mind.
pre-show. He was like, Bryce likes it.
I
He
do.
likes
I like the
Chinese.
legs wrapped in my. But I'm more happy about boobs today. There's boobs in front of me. It's fantastic. I either have captivating eyes like we see. I can see Bob's eyes all the way from here. I know.
Yeah.
And they're just. But I have boobs, so I'll take the boobs over the eyes today. Thumbs up. over
Thumbs
there.
up. Okay.
We want to go and span over some of the things that you have done here. First of all, you were part of Surf, the musical.
I was not part of
Oh,
it.
you
My
were not?
husband
Oh,
was
you
in
were-
it, but I was there a lot
Google is
because
wrong.
it was
Okay.
great. Oh, there's pictures of us
Oh, that's
together.
okay.
That's all. It's just photos.
Oh.
That's okay. He was
Fine.
fantastic
He was
in it.
fantastic in it. Let's
Did you
talk about
see
other
it?
things Bob's in.
Yeah, why not?
I did not see it.
No, it was so good. It was really sweet. Wasn't it, Bob? Did you like? You liked it? No.
$25 a week.
$25 a week.
It was
The
that
best,
equity
it was the
minimum
best gig he ever got in his whole life. I love it. Oh shit!
Okay. Well.
with some insurance.
Oh,
Gotcha,
that's us.
gotcha.
Look at us, babies,
Oh, look.
Bob.
Look at the children.
Look at us.
Is that
That's
a prom?
1994. No,
Have
that's.
you been high school
So-
sweethearts or what?
I wish.
Yeah, Smokey Joe's.
1994.
But your
God,
Broadway
look at
debut
this.
was, if correct me if I'm wrong, Chorus Line, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I got Course Line when I was 2 days out of high school.
Oh shit!
Michael Bennett was in Houston
Wow,
again.
okay.
Because of the Tuts reputation that was growing. So
Look at
this
that.
was me. He hired me as Maggie,
Oh my god!
and I would sing.
Look at that hair.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's
know. It was
fantastic.
big. Wait. Oh, I've got a better shot for you for hair later.
Oh, yes, she does.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember.
I'm
this.
for
saving
one.
that.
Oh yeah, save
2
it.
for
Don't
1.
pull it up.
Okay, we
yet.
won't. Okay, yeah. So he hired me as Maggie, and he said, "You know what, sweetheart? We're going to have to get rid of that accent because I talk like this." So I would sing at the ballet, and scoop every note. And so he got me like a recorder.
Yeah.
Those old-fashioned long ones where you push a button. And
Like a tape recorder.
Yeah, do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
So I would listen to it, and I never even noticed my accent until I listened to it, and I overcame that. And then
And how did you overcome that?
just by listening
to
and
yourself?
listening and listening,
Yeah.
and they kept constantly saying, "Don't scoop the notes. You don't need to go to one note to hit another one.
Right.
You just stay on that note, stay there flat, stay there. So what? Not flat sounding. But
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah.
And so I finally accomplished that. And then I started with the international company. I did national, I did bus and truck, and then I went to Broadway. But the bus and truck was sent to go down to the Bible Belt area.
Uh-huh.
And right before that, Michael Bennett had made a phone call to the stage management saying, "Take DeLee, bleach her hair blonde, and put her on his vow tomorrow night. That's what I want." Because he saw me at an understudy rehearsal one day.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So I now became the tits and ass girl,
Oh, there you go.
just like overnight, right? So then,
Did they
sorry
give you a
about
boob
that,
job?
doll. I'm
Yeah.
And
sorry
that's why I
that.
married her.
Ah, and he saw you that night.
Well,
That's right.
don't you all know Dance 10 looks 3, right? Dance 10
Yeah,
looks 3.
yeah.
Okay. And from a course line, there
Yep,
we go.
yep.
Anyway, What was I going to? I just had
The
your
boobs.
moment.
You
I had your
became
boobs. Not that boobs. Not that boobs. Not the boobs. Yeah, but I can't remember. So
The
then Michael
accent.
Bennett at
Yep.
rehearsal one day says, "Remember how you used to talk?" And I said, "Yes,
Uh-oh.
sir." He said, "Bring it back for the South."
Oh, bless his
yeah.
heart.
So
Bless that.
when you say the F word a million times in a monologue, it's much funnier with a little bit of an accent or
Can you say
twang.
it for us now?
I didn't give a fuck about the red shoes.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. So I sang tits and ass. I bought myself a fancy pair. Tightened up the derriere. So it was a little funnier for that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 19. What are we talking there, Bob?
That-
1929
Don't
again
ask-
with that.
Don't
Still
ask him.
stuck in your early years.
There may be some blood in
The
this place
formative-
too.
yeah, right.
Soon.
I see his blood all over the walls.
Don't ask him.
No,
blue
this
blood
was like
was-
1984.
1984.
People.
Okay, yeah.
Come on, we're way back in the day when nobody could say that. In fact, when I first auditioned, I got the call back, and I came home and I said, Mama, I got the job, and she said, well, did you have to sing that song? The tits and ass song. I said, yes, ma'am, I did, but I didn't like it. I felt so bad.
Yes, ma'am, I did, but I didn't like it.
But I didn't like
was
it.
I was barely
Yes,
18.
ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes,
anyway,
ma'am.
I've come on. Oh, there's Mama.
That's Mama?
That's Mama. That's
your
me.
mama?
That's my
This
mama.
is-
Oh
This
my
was
God.
glamour shot days
That
at the
looks
mall.
like your
But this is
sister.
what I woke up to, like at 12:30 this morning.
Yes. Good morning.
To this picture.
Bob made me
Holy
send this last
shit.
night.
And this
Yeah.
is before weaves. That's all real hair.
That's
I
real.
believe that. I believe that is tease for Jesus. The higher the hair, the closer to God. I know all your. It's okay. It's okay.
This is like
I
Steel
love-
I love the
Magnolias.
leather jackets.
Yeah.
That's my
Truvy.
favorite. The leather jackets.
I wonder, it
Miss
wasn't,
Truvy.
you know,
Truvy.
they weren't ours. You know, at Glamour Shots,
Yeah, yeah,
they had
yeah.
all the clothes out for you to try on and become. We have a boa one. We have all this.
I usually wrap my hair in toilet paper every night, so it gets pretty smushed down in that process.
I'm a chain.
Look at the earrings.
I mean,
are huge.
Heavy.
but they were like
80s
the,
huge. I love
They
this.
were like the inventors of the Instagram filters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's,
Because you know, like, because
think about that.
there was one of them.
Right.
It was called Mr. Misty, and you would do like this. I hope there's a tied up shot of me doing this, and it would be like glowing all around you. But you
Did y'all
had
have
to-
glamour shots
But
done?
you had to put your finger.
Did y'all?
Do y'all know what they are?
They used them at the mall, at
stop
the
it.
Meadows Mall. They had the Glamour Shots booth. As you walked in there, absolutely. Oh my God, they're the best.
Yes, I thought so.
They didn't
So-
have
Holy
them in.
shit.
That's amazing.
She's got even the cinched up,
Yeah.
arms on the leather jacket. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's my
amazing.
mama.
Good God, I can't believe that's your mom.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did your mom perform too?
No.
Because this
no.
looks like it could be
No, you know what
like
she-
the Judds right here. Like,
You know what she did for a living?
What?
She's a hairdresser.
of course, of course she was.
And then my daddy was a firefighter forever.
She was a hairdresser.
she was a
She has a
hairdresser.
place. It's called Lively Hair Designs in Pearland,
Of course
Texas.
it is.
Of course,
Of course it
people.
is.
Is she watching it?
She's watching right now.
I don't
They're
know.
talking. They're doing hair. Look, oh my God. She's on there with those two gays talking about all lively. And back in the day when we did the glamour shots together, that's my girl. That's my girl. And her husband out in the audience. He
Bless
making
her
fun of her age
heart.
at 1929. Bless her heart.
Bless her pea picking heart.
Those Vegas
Did
people.
y'all say that?
No, I never heard that one. Pea picking.
Pea picking?
That's
What happened?
what we say.
Would you say pea picking?
Pea
Yeah.
picking.
Pea picking.
I don't know if I like
There's
that.
there's cotton picking
Oh,
and pea picking.
Lord have mercy. Oh God.
All right.
All right.
So,
Sorry.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
Whitest people on the show today. Hi.
Hi.
so let's talk about my favorite.
My favorite.
And she told me a couple of weeks ago, she's like, baby, you need to get a life, because I still I perform with them,
This
and
is
we
probably
do
a true
I
statement.
love him.
Though. Yeah,
I
know.
love him.
we
love
do
B.
this music all the time, and I get to witness like iconic performances like every other week, I
Right.
should say. But I told her the other day, 'cause there was a question about some choreography, and I was like, well, I don't know. It's the video of, and it's fully a VCR, like a VHS
Oh, okay.
tape of Smokey Joe's Cafe is in my bedroom, and it's there, and I watch it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, baby, you should get a life." And I was like, "But this is like I lived in New York at this time, and I would go and watch the show
Yeah.
all the time as a starving artist or whatever. I would get those $20 tickets or whatever, and,
Right.
sitting there, and I would watch these people do like this, and here I am getting to perform with them now, and it's crazy. And
So sweet.
seeing
Yes.
her
There you
shake
go.
around,
Look
not
at that.
CeeLo.
My friend made this for me.
Who wore it better?
CeeLo.
Wow. I don't even have words for that
No.
one. That's something.
That's something.
That's
and now,
something.
is it shorts
I didn't know
or
they
are
made
they
it
pants?
in his size.
I
That's
don't know what
But
that
is
is.
it shorts or pants? What do you think, people?
I think it's pants. I think it's pants.
It's probably capris.
Oh, capris.
Yeah, see the sporting some capris in there.
So what would you
Seriously?
wear with
That's
a
phenomenal.
capri
That's a
shimmy
phenomenal.
short?
Capri shimmy
Would
shimmy.
you wear socks,
Chains.
boots, or sandals?
Yeah,
White
I think you'd
sneakers. Oh,
complete the
you're so
outfit with.
good.
Yeah, he does wardrobe.
He does great.
Yeah, he does all of that. When you direct, you do all things. I'd pair that with some sneakers, some white, clean sneakers.
White, yeah.
I do
Like
love
the new
this, though.
Adidas. Those new
Exactly, with
Adidas
not
I
a
like.
scuff on them at all. No, they're polished.
and they just
yeah.
are flat blocks that you walk in.
Yeah.
So tell us about Smokey Joe's and the process and
Exactly.
being a Tony nominee for the show.
Yeah, that was exciting, very exciting. But it was very scary because I was used to doing roles that had a character, like say Grand Hotel. I got to work
Right.
with Tommy Tune. I was very
Right.
That was a wonderful moment. And I
This
replaced
was you.
Jane. That was yeah. So Smokey Joe's Cafe was the role of DeLee.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to be. I've always had this judgment thing. I guess I was put in pageants when I was young, and
We clearly saw the 9-year-old there with the crown.
yeah,
on, so
you
it's
get
okay.
you get judged.
Little
So then as you
Jean
get
Benet going on in
older,
there for you. It's
yeah,
okay.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
good.
But they didn't mean anything bad.
Yeah.
So I had that fear of what if they don't like me.
Yeah.
I didn't care if they didn't like the role of Flemshin in Grand Hotel. That was my character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
This
to be
was now.
me,
That's interesting, yeah.
it was really a little therapy there.
Yeah.
You know, just to realize you're okay, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, you're good to go. But I never thought I was going to get nominated because I had more things to do in the show prior to us coming to Broadway.
Yeah.
And the previews, they kept changing it and taking things away. At one point, I had a tap number called "I'm Feeling Too Good Today."
Okay.
Followed by "Is That All There Is" with Brenda Braxton. So that was a funny moment, but then
Yeah.
it didn't go anywhere.
Uh-huh.
So I had no clothes being nominated at
yeah.
all. So I knew Brenda would, I knew BJ Crosby would, but when I got that phone call that morning, I was just, it
Did
was
you fly out of your
unbelievable.
pants?
What's that
Yeah.
feel like?
I know. What is that? Yeah, exactly.
Well-
Bob got the same call
Yes, he did for Starlight Express.
in 29.
He's in 29.
29.
19, no, actually that was 28, 1928.
Yeah, he's a year earlier.
A little bit sooner.
There's more gray in his
Talking
hair.
1900s for me and 1800s.
Oh. He's taking you back to the.
So what does that feel like waking up that morning, getting that phone call?
It was unbelievable because the phone didn't stop ringing.
Yeah.
It was like everybody that you had ever known in your entire life somehow found this news out.
Well, and you had a phone on the
It was
wall.
real-
It was
probably.
rotary.
but-
You had a cord, you know.
But it was awesome.
You had the operator going, "Oh, please hold for your next call."
One ringy dingy.
It was Lily Tomlin was on the other
Dylan, we
side.
have another
Like,
one coming in for you right now. Please hold.
I went out to have a lunch, and I didn't have any friends to go with out there that many, so I just went out and had lunch. I had a glass of champagne, and I went home, and there was like 40 messages
Oh my
on my
God.
machine.
I love it.
It was pretty exciting.
And they recognize you when
And-
you're out. You know, I mean,
and-
that's the thing. Like, oh,
Yeah, it became that way.
Yeah.
It really, really did. And all the things you were getting to do, and going to the mansions, and the mayor mansion, I guess. We got everybody. It was just crazy. But at this point, I think this was a time when Bob, we've been engaged twice in our life. He called him
with
off.
each other.
He's called him off twice.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh,
So
gotcha.
this was one of those times that neither Brenda nor myself had a date to the Tonys. And I
Gotcha.
asked Bob, I want you to go to the Tonys. He was like a little iffy. So we wrote a song called Tony Nominated and We Can't Get a Date. And we tried to go on Oprah
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah.
to see if we could get dates to the Tony Awards.
Oh, my God.
Luckily, he came through and he went with me. And it was a
that's
great
so
night. It was one of
awesome.
the greatest nights, at least for me. I think he had a good time too. Right? Didn't you?
The clock's
of
still out
course
on
he
him.
did,
No,
yeah.
maybe not.
Never mind.
It's okay, Bob.
Whatever.
It's okay.
So that has segued into
Brunch now
to
doing
Broadway.
brunch to Broadway at the Red Rock. We have 1 minute left to talk, but I know you do this. The next one is November 19th.
Correct.
At 12 and 2.
Correct. 12
and
in
2.
the Rocks Lounge.
Correct.
So they go eat brunch in the
Buffet.
buffet and then come to you.
You can do it either way. You can buy the ticket.
Okay.
You can buy just a ticket to the show, or
Yeah.
you can buy tickets to go have brunch before or after the show.
Gotcha.
This is our last one to perform the Lieber and Stoller tribute, which
Okay.
is how we met.
Gotcha.
So
Is how the two of you met, and you're
Yes.
it, and Bob is in it as well.
yeah, he hosted, and he's
That's so nice that you get to work together.
and Brandon's in it. You
And
got to
well,
come
well,
just
that's-
to see
that-
him
that's
sing.
why we're talking
oh
about
my
it, yeah.
gosh, he's
And we're-
Mr. B.
brilliant.
We're changing into Christmas for the month of
okay.
December.
Okay, good. All right.
And then we are
January,
moving
February,
on-
March, we're
January,
booked.
February, March. We're booked, and we're doing duets.
Well, we're just doing Broadway hits and
Broadway
with
hits
some
and
duets.
duets.
And you're on billboards at Red Rock, and we
Yes.
can find you
Yes.
on the website.
And the LA Vegas Weekly.
And
Yes.
they're giving me. I'm
is
the host of the
that?
show. You can't cut me off.
They
Exactly. There goes the cane.
We could talk to you all day
Oh,
long.
we could seriously. We
You're
could talk
so
boobs
sweet.
and bless your hearts.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good
That's on
Friday now. Be
Hashtag boobs
good.
and bless your
Love,